I will put on the wall for this year. And we are going to learn an adverb. Describes how or when something is done. And we have learned a verb shows action, so we're going to learn how that verb is done. Carson, put that away. Okay? So, please join our adventure. Open the door gently. Now you can see the word gently is highlighted in yellow because that's an adverb. I could say open the door. I could, that's a sentence. But gently is telling me how to open the door. Just sit and wait in here until she comes out, okay? So, gently is just adding to how you're going to open it. Okay? Climb and fast. Now the adverb in this one is fast. How am I going to climb in? Everybody? Fast. Not slow, but fast.
Not medium.
Shut the door tightly.
Ow.
How am I going to shut the door?
Tightly.
Good job. Now, astronauts need specific details for their mission. We want to know how, where, when. Special words give us all the information we need. We call these words adverbs. Okay? An adverb is a word that tells more about a verb. You guys know in math, when we add, we put together. And this is kind of like adding, except in math, adding is ADD. This is just AD. So whenever I think of an adverb, I just think in my head, I'm just adding to the verb. I'm just adding some more details to the verb to make it more interesting. So remember, they always answer these questions: how, where, and when. So here's our adverbs how. Now, when you look at these adverbs, I want you to notice that every adverb, I think every adverb on this one, there's something added to it. So look at this one. It says boldly, bravely, fast, this one is not, but easily. What do you notice about most of these? Corla? Not quite just the Y. You're close. Aria? No? No? Aria and Bradley, put on your mask, please. Kinsley? L-Y. Boldly, bravely, easily. So if you add the "ly" to it, that tells us how they're doing it, in the way that they do it. Okay? Now, the wheres would be like there, here, everywhere, outside. So those adverbs are telling us where the verb is happening. The when would be like now, later, never, immediately. So these adverbs tell us when is the verb happening. All right, guys. Can you find the adverbs? I have cat, nicely, kindly, slowly, and tree. Libby, you come up here and tap and see if it works. I don't know if it's going to tap because I made this last year when we had remote learners. And I had to do it on my computer because they were at home. So let's see if it works in the classroom. Yep. Nicely. Ingrid, come find another one. Nicely. That tells us how it's being done. Kindly. Lewis. I think there's one left. I think you're right.
And Miss Murphy, after I get this one right, can we see what happens?
Sure. Slowly. Lewis wants to see. Lewis, tap it and see what. Lewis just wants to see what happens when you tap it wrong. Oh.
Bye-bye.
Cat and tree are not adverbs. They're nouns.
No.
Hey, can you spot the adverb on the planets? Now, you're not going to write them on your whiteboard, but I'll have you come tap them. Mason.
I actually know three.
Pick one, though. No. That's fly. So, I don't know if this one's gonna work, but fly is not an adverb. That's the verb. That tells us that's what you're doing. So fly is not an adverb. How about Tyson? Will you come up here and give it a try? If you find an adverb.
It's easy.
Quickly. Oh man.
Doesn't work.
Okay, I guess you're just gonna have to tell me. No clicking on this one. So quickly is an adverb. Kinsley.
There's one left.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So we have quickly. I'll come back to you. Keep looking. Addie. Now. Quickly and now. Now it tells us when. LES. Nearly. And I think they're landing on them. Okay? And there's a couple more. LEA. Slowly. And there's one more. Who can find it? Aria? Not people. People is a noun. That's a thing. Journey? Tomorrow. Good job. And the last one is tomorrow. Good job. Good job. Those are adverbs that tell us when. All right, so what you need to do is find the action verb in the sentence. Adverbs tell us more about action verbs. Jump, laugh, freeze. Let's add some action verbs to that. Laugh loudly, jump quickly, immediately freeze. So when you add the adverbs to it, it adds more to that verb, gives it more detail. All right. We're gonna watch this. I forgot to pull this up. But this is a Grammaropolis adverb video, so let me get it up really quickly. I just totally forgot to pull this one up. Right here. Do you qualify? Okay, right. Oh, this one's a fun one.
Listen up, players and cheerleaders. I'm a coach, the boss, Big G. I'll tell you how, when, where, to what, except another what condition will follow my direction. Are we clear?
Can you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, I'll just make it a little louder.
He's talking so.
He is kind of quiet. Usually he's kind of loud.
No. Turn it all the way up.
Okay.
Listen up, players and cheerleaders. I'm a coach, the boss, Big G. I'll tell you how, when, where, to what, except another what condition will follow my direction. Are we clear? Party, sir. Wrong adverb or push up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we clear? Sir. Right then, listen up. Here we go. Love verbs do what I say. Here's why we practice every day. You're gonna run, you're gonna jump, defend and score, but I'll describe how you do it all. You're gonna run rapidly. You're gonna jump high in the sky. You will defend tenaciously, and you will score triumphantly. I love adverbs, do what I say. Here's why we practice every day. To run rapidly and jump high isn't enough. I'm here to tell you as an adverb. Just now, you're gonna run astoundingly rapid. You're gonna jump ridiculously high. You will defend remarkably tenaciously and score incredibly triumphantly. Adverbs, do you qualify? Adverbs, my favorite words. Adverbs, do you qualify? Adverbs, my favorite words. Adverbs, do you qualify? All right, line up for qualification drills. You wanna be adverbs? Let's see what you got. I love adjectives. Here's the play. It's the one we just practiced for the minute. You know you're tough, you're smelly and sweaty, but I'm here to say how much. You're super strong. You're ferociously tough. You're a real tough fella. You're disgustingly sweaty. And you're downright smart. Adverbs, do you qualify? Adverbs, my favorite words. Adverbs, do you qualify? Adverbs,
adjectives describe the nouns. Adverbs describe the verbs. Okay, on your paper today, make sure your name is at the top. And in the box, it says an adverb tells more about a verb. Some adverbs tell about the verb. Many adverbs end in ly. Just like in the video, did you see all those words ending in ly?
Yes.
Those are all adverbs. So here's an example about money. The banker counts the bills slowly. So how is the banker counting the bills, Kaden? Slowly. And see how they added ly? Okay, so that tells us how he's doing it. Okay? Now, they want to talk a little bit about prepositional phrases. You're going to do more of this in 3rd grade. But a preposition comes before a noun or a pronoun. Some prepositions are in, about, at, from, with, to, and by. Now, a prepositional phrase is a group of words that begin with a preposition and end with a noun or pronoun. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to look for the prepositions because we haven't talked about that in a long time. So we know a sentence has 2 parts. It has the subject and then it has the preposition, what the subject is doing. So at the bottom, when we work on the prepositional phrase, we're just going to look for the preposition. Okay? All right. A prepositional phrase can also tell how about the verb. So here's this example. She saved money from her job. So she is the subject. What is she doing? Save money from her job. That's a prepositional phrase. Okay? All right. Now, down at the bottom, there's only 4 in the first section. Section A wants us to circle the verb in each sentence. Then we're going to write the adverb on the line. So first we got to find the verb. Then we're going to write the adverb. All right, I'm going to draw a stick to see if this person can read it. And then come up here and circle the verb. And then write the adverb on the line. Ingrid. Can you read this sentence, Ingrid?
The banker spoke clearly.
Good job. The banker spoke clearly. So, what do you think is the verb? What is the banker doing? He spoke. Yep. So when you speak with your mouth, John, please be facing front, ready to go. So we're going to circle spoke. That's a verb. Now, most of the time, you're going to find the adverb after the verb because you're adding to it. So Ingrid, what do you think is the adverb? Clearly. That's how he's doing it. Good job. So our adverb is clearly. That's how he is speaking. So write clearly on the line. And just remember the adverb is most of the time it's after the verb. All right, number 2. Addie, number 2, would you read that really loud? Can you figure out that name? It's a name. Charlie. What did Charlie do? Charlie listened carefully. So what is our verb? Listen. That's something you can do, but how did he listen?
Clearly.
No, not clearly. You're close though.
Carefully.
Carefully. He listened carefully. That's the adverb. And it ends in ly. Remember, a lot of adverbs end in ly. Because that tells us how the adverb is, how the verb is being done. Can somebody borrow Carson a pencil? Mason, do you have one borrowed? I thought you were out earlier. Okay, you look. Thanks, Lewis. Lewis, flip out for helping. And you look and see if you can find one, Mason. Okay, number 3. I drew Lily's stick. Lily, can you read that? And I can help you to get stuck on a word. Wind. The wind blew suddenly. So, what is the wind doing? What's the verb? You circle the verb. What is the wind doing? Yeah, it's blowing. It blew. Blew is in the past tense. And then how is it blowing? Or when? Suddenly. Good job. So suddenly, that means all of a sudden, it started to blow. So suddenly.
It feels nice.
I know.
Hey, number 4, Charlotte. I'm going to have you read that one, and I can help you if you need some help once you get that done, okay? It is, and I said that. I said that's going to happen. We'll wait for Charlotte. Okay, Charlotte, you want Miss Murphy to help you read it? You're asking the money. The money fell quietly. Now, Charlotte, what is the money doing? What's the verb? We got to circle that first. What's the money doing? The money fell quietly. No? It fell. Good job. So circle fell. And then how did it fall, Charlotte? How? What's the word behind it? Most of the time the adverb is behind it. The money fell quietly. Quietly. Good job. So quietly is the adverb. It's right behind the verb. So we're going to write quietly on the line. And you'll notice it ends in ly, lead.
My mom and my brother's middle name are Lee.
Perfect. Is it spelled L-Y or is it spelled L-E-E?
L-E.
Yeah, that's a common way to spell it. But it could be spelled L-Y or L-E-I-G.
Oh, like my mom and my brothers are L-E-E. Sure.
Okay, all right, at the bottom. I'm going to change this just a little bit. We're going to underline the preposition, okay? Because you're going to talk much more about prepositional phrases in 3rd grade, and I really don't know why.
Okay, I was still writing that.
Oh, you know what? It's right behind the verb. Can you find it? It's right behind the verb. Jason? Okay. Guess what? It's right behind the verbs, guys. You can find it. You can find it. It's right behind the verb. Okay, so cross off the phrase. You're going to do a lot more phrases in 3rd grade. I just want us to find the subject and the preposition. Because we haven't talked about that since like beginning, the middle of this school year. Okay, and then we're going to circle the preposition, okay? So on number 5, it says Charlie reached for the money. So Charlie is my subject. Every sentence has to have a subject. That's one piece to the sentence. So everybody put an S above Charlie. Now, the second part of the sentence is the preposition. What is the subject doing? So Raylan, what is the preposition? What is Charlie doing?
He's reaching for his.
Yep, he reached for the money. So circle that and put a P above it. That's the preposition. Okay?
Miss Murphy. I have a dog
Could be a
named
girl.
Charlie.
Yep.
And
I guess it could be a girl.
And
All
my
right.
dad has a friend named Charlie.
Okay, number 6. He counted it with his sisters. Who can find the subject? Who is this sentence about? Riley, what do you think? Look at the beginning of the sentence. He counted it with his sisters. No, it's not about his sisters. Kinsley?
Maybe about Connie?
Yeah, but who is the sentence about?
Charlie.
Charlie. But is the name Charlie there?
No.
What do they use?
He.
He's a pronoun. We know he is talking about Charlie because of this sentence up here. Now we know Brooklyn, it's a boy. Brooklyn said Charlie could be a girl, and she's right. But right here, it uses a pronoun he, so we know that it is a
And
boy,
it
or
says,
he's a boy.
oh, his
Okay.
sister
Now, he is the subject. That's what the sentence is about. Or who. What is the preposition? What is he doing? What is Charlie doing? Tyson?
Counting his money with his sisters.
Yep, counted it, which is the money, with his sister. And that's the preposition. So I want to make sure you put the S above the subjects. He around the preposition that you circled.
Put a P.
Woofda. Guess what, second graders? Look at the clock.